I was telling him.
Oh, yeah, I didn't crack you yet. It's okay, let me sit there.
Yes. Yeah.
It was.
Call to order joint committee agenda, business, finance, and justice, land management, resources, and preservation, January 28th, 2022. Time is now 12:31. I'd like to ask Representative Lowe to please give the invocation.
Creator, thank you for this day. Thank you for bringing us all together, Lord. Just be with us as we discuss and make decisions for the business of our nation. And let's keep in mind that our citizens are the priority of our nation, Lord. Just be with all the representatives that serve this great nation. Be with all the folks out there dealing with this weather and help them get to where they need to be safely, Lord. Also want to say a special prayer for all the women and men that are defending our great country, Lord. All these things I ask in your name. Amen.
Amen. Next item on the agenda be roll call. April Lindsey.
Robert Huff.
Present.
Sandra Golden.
Present.
James Hughes. Oh, God. James Factor. James Factor. William Love.
Here.
Lucian Tiger.
Present.
Jody Barnett. Present. Galen Cloud.
Here.
Cody Phillips.
Here.
Anna Marshall.
Present.
Robin Whitecloud.
Present.
Okay, you got 10 present or 0 absent.
10 present, 0 absent, constitutes a quorum. All business conducted to be official. Next item on the agenda be the approval of minutes from 9/23/25.
Mr. Chair,
Representative Marshall.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes with any necessary changes.
Representative Marshall made a motion to approve the minutes with any necessary changes.
Second.
Second by Representative Factor. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Minutes are approved. Next item on the agenda is the order of business. TR 26-004. A tribal resolution of the Muscogee Creek Nation authorizing the principal chief to execute an agreement with Satellite Shelters, Inc. for the construction of 2 modular buildings to house Muscogee Creek Nation Life Force Central Division on tribal property. Sponsors Representative Hufft.
Chairman, motion to pass.
Representative Hufft made a motion for due pass.
Second.
Second by Representative Lowe. Discussion. Representative Hufft.
Is Mr. Howard online?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Council Chairman. Sorry I can't be with you, but as you all know, we've been really busy the last 5 days with Snowmageddon. This piece of legislation is for housing our Central Division and moving them out of the Muscogee School. We're paying for these shelters with federal funds, and we had the attorneys work with the company, and we were able to clear just about every hurdle except for the 2 that are in here that we need to have a waiver to move forward on line 17 of the resolution. Any other questions?
Questions from committee?
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Golden?
Mr. Howard, where would these satellite shelters be located?
They will be placed across the street to the north of the housing building. And we're going to tear down what was the old social services trailer house. We're going to convert the bigger metal building that's there so that we'll have a central evidence storage facility. Those 2 modulars will sit in front of that building on the concrete slab that's in place already.
So you're replacing those basically?
Basically, we're taking down the one building, we're remodeling the other, and then we need the additional space to move everyone out of the Muscogee school building that they previously occupied. We have space in housing where dispatch and some of the offices are, but we just don't have enough space. These two modular buildings will be larger than what the court has there next to the Mound building, and will provide office space and a conference space for the central division and some of the DPS folks.
And how long will these modular buildings last?
They have a 25-year life cycle.
One more question. And once these modular buildings are all put together, my understanding is the buildings that the social services building on north of there where that Chevrolet place is down there. Social services building that we bought.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that facility will be empty because everyone there will be moving to the new 4-story building here on the complex, correct?
So what I was told is that the domestic violence folks will all be moved and that CFSA will take over that whole building.
So you'll still be in these modular buildings?
We'll be in the modular buildings until we can build a DPS facility in Muscogee.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Representative Golden. Questions from council online? More questions from committee? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Robert Huff,
Yeah.
Sandra Golden,
Yes.
James Packer,
Yes.
William Lowe,
Yes.
Joey Burnett,
Yes.
Galen Cloud,
Yes.
Anna Marshall,
Yes.
Cody Phillips,
Yes.
Robert Whitecloud.
Yes.
Chair, you got 9 in favor, 0 against.
9 in favor, 0 against. That motion passed. This time I'd like to relinquish the chair to Vice Chair Representative Lowe.
Thank you, Chairman. Next item on the agenda, ER 26-005. A tribal resolution of the Muscogee Creek Nation authorizing the principal chief to execute a lease with the United States Department of the Army through the Real Estate Division of the United States Corps of Engineers for the Fountainhead Golf Course. Sponsored is Representative Lucian III.
Chairman, make a motion to do pass.
Representative Tiger makes a motion for due pass,
Second.
seconded by Representative Galen Cloud. Discussion. Is there any discussion?
Thank you, Chairman.
Secretary Harden?
Yes, sir. We're going to stand.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Cornerback.
But Deputy Mr. Matt Peacocks is handing out some short PowerPoint slides that can give a little bit more information. And so each of you were sent a copy of the market assessment and the business plan that was completed in fall of last year, but we just thought we'd bring you up here. Just in case you hadn't had a chance to look at them. If you have any questions? Well, we didn't know if we'd have access to AV capability, so we thought we'd print out a hard copy of this PowerPoint. It's about 6 slides. So basically, on the slide on page 1, long-term success, What we're asking the council to do is approve this lease, this long-term lease for the federal government on Fountainhead Golf Course. And so it's a 45-year lease negotiated last fall, started back in October last year. And the idea here is that it's going to be a lease for no money. Basically, the consideration for this is our nation's operation. That's basically the consideration. There's no dollar amount that we must pay to operate the lease. However, it will cost money to operate the course. The lease is part of a three-pronged long-term plan. So what we're saying is this vision for the Muscogee National Park. Right now, we're in negotiations with the state of Oklahoma, the Lieutenant Governor's office, and also with the state city mayor and city manager on how the nation can possess Eufaula State Park in the short term, but in the long term, we want to be able to own it, as well as the golf course in conjunction with the current ownership of the resort on the south side of the property, what used to be known as Fountainhead Resort. And so the three properties in this vision are built on recreation, tourism, hospitality. Again, full ownership and control over the long term is the long-term goal. So I mentioned the golf course and the resort. The resort, there was a there was a feasibility study done in 2018 that was really geared toward gaming. And what came out of that was this idea of a potential RV park, a hotel, and other hospitality operations. As I mentioned earlier, the nation owns the land already, but this long-term vision that I'm trying to discuss here, it really talks about ensuring the long-term economic impact and the establishment of the national park as a premier regional destination. So this integrated prosperity model that we're talking about here, again, recreation, hospitality, and infrastructure. The golf course drives tourism. The park creates year-round traffic. The resort or hospitality component that we're talking about is with Fountainhead Resort area. That can increase potential overnight stays and revenue capture that really benefit all three properties. So again, ownership of all the assets allows for cross-marketing, bundled experiences, and operational efficiencies. So as I mentioned, there was a feasibility study done in 2018. Out of that study, a market opportunity and a strategy for development came out of that. That study was more geared towards gaming, but although there wasn't a gaming establishment created there, that happened to go to Eufaula. That study really gave us the framework for a longer term operation in all three different areas, all of the parks. So we completed the market assessment in October 25. Since then, between 2018 and 2025, there's been significant development in the Lake Eufaula area. We've all heard of Marina 9, Carlton Landing. There's a new project happening called Nine Oaks, which is not too far from Carlton Landing, out in the city of Longtown. These are all on the Choctaw side of the lake. Recently, we completed a business plan in early November, and during that time, we negotiated for this lease that's before you now. So the conclusion from that feasibility study, again, was a long-term opportunity for recreation businesses, destination, tourism, hotel, recreation and sports, hospitality, even aviation accessibility. Many of you may not know that there's an airport located right next to the golf course. In its current form, it's not considered a great asset for the community. However, if we were also to get that airport in possession of it over the long term, there's an opportunity for us to extend the length of that runway to make it more of a regional asset that draws in potential customers to the area. Over the long term. So with regards to the golf course, as I mentioned earlier, it's part of the tri-core asset. When integrated with the resort and park amenities, it becomes a regional draw rather than a standalone facility. Right now, it has about full-time employees. The other 5 or 6 employees are part-time. The business plan that we developed really focuses on 3 different things to make it success. And that includes operational and amenity improvements. We're talking about bringing in new management that's and a team that's all certified with the Oklahoma Golf Course Superintendents Association. The licensing or the certifications that organization provides helps ensure that the folks who would be operating the team that would be operating the facility know what they're doing and receive regular training on best technologies and strategies to make a golf course successful. So we employ those. Also, amenity improvements include redesigning and rehabbing the clubhouse and golf club bar and expanding the area so that we can have a full restaurant that also provides opportunity for banquets and other events throughout the year, generate traffic and revenue instead of just throughout the season when folks come to play golf. Including all that is the need for a fully developed marketing plan, including a rebranding strategy. As we found out by getting out of the building and talking to people, we learned that the brand Fountainhead Golf Course has been a failure. It's really not associated with a lot. After the last several years, it's just been a tough conversation to have with folks about what's happened at the course over the years. So there needs to be a rebranding there. And so the long-term or the financial sustainability would come with discipline management, again, certified through GCSA, transparent accounting, and a strategic capital investment plan. So that plan involves, again, the amenities, new services, and certified management, all combined to really result in a golf experience for customers that comes there to the course throughout the year. If you look at the business plan, I'll just give you one bullet point summary of it. Without the improvements, we're looking at over 5 years, not making any money, basically coming in a negative. On year 5, we would probably be about $50,000 in the red. But with these improvements that we're outlining in the business plan, we're looking at $2.2 million revenues at about 10,000 rounds a year of golf. That would bring us to a break-even point in the middle of year 4. Thereafter, with net profits moving from $50,000 to $100,000 a year. Well, most of you know, golf courses aren't highly profitable. In fact, travel golf courses on their best day, they break even. They're not going to make a ton of money on this thing, but we want to get it to a place where it's run as a business, and it is at least breaking even, if not making small profits. And that's really the big point here, is that with these improvements that need to happen, it stays competitive and it has a chance of being successful over the long term. The capital improvements that are needed, the business plan, we talk about how much that is. It's projected to be a little over $3 million. And in negotiations we talked with the Secretary of the Nation, Hargill, there are some ARPA funds that can be utilized to cover those expenses for the full fiscal year after we would get the lease approved and then start trying to operate before it needs to be. So I know this was kind of a really quick run through, but I wanted to give everyone an idea of looking at with the golf course. We have a plan. It's based on data. There are other folks developing the area around the lake, and they've done their homework and they know that there's a lot of opportunity there. So we believe those opportunities can come towards the nation on the north side of the lake, especially around developing what we're calling the Muscogee National Park. It's 3 pieces of property, the state park, golf course, and and the southern side of that, the Fountainhead Resort area. So I included a couple other slides that kind of show some of the visuals in terms of the property and its current form, what we're trying to develop. But I'd be happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Committee, do we have any questions for Secretary Hufft? Representative Barnett?
Okay. So the business plan, the membership fee, say or something? Or that are listed out here. Might be looking at the wrong one, but they seem pretty steep for the property, even with the improvements. Yeah, so like family fees, for instance, membership is $3,000 a year, which, I mean, I've been to some golf courses. There's one in Broken Arrow where you can get unlimited swimming, unlimited access to their gym, unlimited golf, and like everything's included in it, like $3,000 a year, and it's way more accessible for the general public. Have we considered that these prices, we might be pricing out the local people? Because the local people are our partners and they're the ones that we want to be able to afford to come do this. I mean, part of the pitch in the past has been that we have to keep the golf course open for the kids. And I don't know what family down there that lives there year round full time can afford $3,000 a year to go play golf every now and then. So, I mean, are these prices if that's what you're basing the revenues off of, then do we really think we're going to get to even break, or we're even going to get to the point where we break even within 5 years? I mean, because basically if we do this, we're betting the farm for a 25-year lease that we're going to try to break even for 25 years. And if not, we're going to keep losing money like we did for the last 20. So do we think these are reasonable for that area and for the medium income of Eufaula?
So, Council Representative Barnett, great question. If you look in the business plan toward the back around the pro forma projection on revenue, you'll see there's like a tiered level of different kinds of revenue. There's revenues for F&B sales, restaurant. There's revenues from banquets and events. There's revenues from just tea time rounds of golf, and then there's revenues from memberships. So it's a combination of different sources of revenue that make up the total number that we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
And so the data that we were able to uncover shows us that there's a market opportunity to do a certain amount of memberships at certain rates for certain types of customers and clients. Now, of course, those prices are geared towards a segment of the total market that we think that's what they want to do. Like there's other courses and there's 6 other courses in the 45-minute circle of Fountainhead. And those courses also have similar rates for their memberships. In fact, some of them are higher. But that doesn't mean that local folks will be priced out, because there's still regular tea time prices for those folks to experience the course and not have to buy a membership. Does that help?
It does. The folks that I talked to that actually currently go to Arrowhead now because Fountainhead's been unplayable, they said that that's about double what they pay at Arrowhead, and it's just 15 minutes away. So that's why I was asking, because if I was a local and I wanted to play golf all day, I'd probably drive 15 more minutes to go to Arrowhead rather than come to Fountainhead. So that's why I'm asking.
No, it's a good question again, because we want to be competitive, but we believe the market is telling us we can make it successful at these price ranges in terms of what we charge.
Thank you, Jim.
All right, thank you. Any other questions, committee? Any other questions? All right. Oh, yes, Senator McHenry.
I have a question. You mentioned something about ARPA funding that's available. Would that fund the whole process of that, or is that just something that would do partial of it?
It's my understanding it would be all of it. Now, the discussions I've had with Secretary Harjo is we would apply for those funds. It's not guaranteed, but we would apply. We'd walk them through all of our documentation. But he said that if everything looked good and everything made sense and the numbers penciled out properly according to what they're looking at, then there's opportunity to get full funding.
Thanks, sir.
Representative
Thank you, Chairman.
Golden. Oh.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to say that we're approving a lease for all of this to happen.
That's right.
And if I just wanted to again mention also the lease, we got it back in December from the Corps. And we had it sent over to the AG's office for review. They sent it back to us a month ago saying that it's ready for chief's signature because there's no significant changes from the previous lease. I mean, obviously it's 25 years from, I think it was a 10-year lease prior. But the chief felt that it was important to send it over to the committee for your review and approval, even though the AG's office said that he could sign it without that. We think that was the right move.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chairman Love. Chief Hill.
Yes, Chairman.
Good afternoon, Chief. Question, by us approving this lease, do you feel this would help in our negotiations with the Corps whenever those do start back up again with obtaining the entire property?
I personally think it will, especially with Secretary Harjo staying in communication with them. Hopefully, if all goes planned with our, we are in executive session.
No, sir.
Okay.
Be general, please.
Yes. I think it would definitely benefit, so to speak. I know Tim, as I mentioned, have been staying in contact with him since he's been on board, and he's got more to digest, but definitely I think this will help what the future plans are.
Thank you, Chief, because we've been, like it was mentioned earlier, we've been putting money towards this, leasing this property for many, many years. And I would like to definitely see, hopefully we can get that deeded to us, the entire park, because we've definitely spent enough. That's why I decided to sponsor this, was hoping that one would lead to the other. So thank you, Chief Hill. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you. As a former council rep, I always had concerns too in the past, but as you well all know, if you don't have a good management to manage it, you're going to run into these issues. And I think that's what happened in the past, is having the right person in charge to oversee the golf course. So thank you. Thank you, Chairman.
Representative Hufft. No questions. Representative Clyde.
Thank you, Chair. Now the ARPA funds that's going to be used was it 5 million? Is that what you said a while ago?
3.02 million.
3. Okay.
And Mr. Chairman, if I may.
Yeah.
In the discussions we've had with the Corps have always been, how do we better get on a path to full ownership of the property? So currently, right now, there is no lease. We're basically trespassers. So in my discussions with them, it was, let's get the lease done, 25 years, then you guys are free to circle back and we can have that conversation about a long-term ownership transfer. It's my understanding that the documentation I've seen, there was a conversation that was being had about 5 or so years ago for the state park for the nation to own it. And so that was put on the table as well. So most of these pieces of property, the Corps is in full knowledge that we want to own properties for the long term, and we want to circle back and start that negotiation from the point of possession and not from the point of outside looking in. If that makes sense.
All right, thank you, sir. Is there any other questions for Secretary Harjo? All right. Thank you, Representative Tyler. You go to anything else? Okay. No other questions for this piece of legislation? Roll call vote, please.
Lucian Tiger,
Yes.
Robert Huff,
Yes.
Sandy Golden,
Yes.
James Factor,
Yes.
Jody Burnett,
No.
Galen Cloud,
Yes.
Anna Marshall,
Yes.
Cody Phillips,
Yes.
Robin White Cloud.
No.
Chair, you got 7 in favor and 2 against.
7 in favor, 2 against. TR 26-005 is adopted. This time I would like to relinquish chair to Representative or the Chairman, Lucian Tiger III.
Thank you, Representative Blow. Next item on the agenda, be other business. Do we have any other business? Hearing none, next item on the agenda, be announcements. We will have planning immediately following speaker, correct?
Yes, sounds up for it.
Planning will be immediately following in the auditorium. Any other announcements? Hearing none, our benediction will serve as our adjournment. I'd like to ask, Representative Cloud to please get a benediction.
Chair. Wadi Hanuadi, Boski Hallelujah Legitsa. Wasn't it Hanuadi Omagiat, Hanua Tuxalgiat, Jinjui Jirundo, Hanua Duck Fit Nagides, Ya, Hododat Nagides, Adolagata, Fulagata, Gisleji, Fully Dundui, Nayo Maga Hanuadi Nagides, Agisleji at Azulagata, Nagides, Madamoides, Hizagin, East Muscogee that Duya, Nagin Hilana, Agisleji, Fully Dui, Nagimuagata, Margaret, Pumitita. Whatever that you get done and market go in. Amen.
Amen.